Hey guys, welcome to my business plan presentation. Revolve Performance Training is a company I started last year in Denver, Colorado. It's a little different than your basic personal training programs that you might see in a big gym or something. I use muscle activation techniques in conjunction with personal training. The business is set up as an LLC. It's a registered LLC here in the state of Colorado. The name of the LLC is actually JDC Limited. Those are my initials. An LLC is a limited liability company that offers you corporate liability protection with fewer of the corporate formalities. You're considered a separate person from your business when you register an LLC as opposed to a sole proprietorship. As an owner of an LLC, or member as they're referred to, you're not personally responsible for any of the company debts or legal judgments that are taken against the company. That way, if there is a defaulted loan in the business, the bank would come after the LLC alone. You're considered separate and not personally liable for any problems like that. Basically, the LLC designation shields the owner from most of the business liabilities that could happen. The business operates in the Denver metro area, which is an extremely health conscious and active community. As of right now, the business plans to only operate in the local Denver market area. I'm currently renting space inside of 3 fitness facilities around the Denver metro area. The first of those being Peak Performance in what's known as the Denver Tech Center or Hamden South area. This is actually the gym I was working in when I discovered muscle activation techniques from a guy named Joel Purcell. The second location that I rent space from is a Pilates studio in what's known as the Cherry Creek area. It's sort of a upscale, more affluent area of Denver. The name of the studio is One Pilates Studio, and it's owned by a lady named Stacy Weinstein. The third and final location that I currently rent space from is a gym called Fit 36. It's in the downtown ballpark area of Denver. The area is referred to as LODO, which stands for Lower Downtown. I started Revolve to address a trend that I was noticing in a rising number of injuries related to personal training and negative connotations associated with the market, and I wanted to do something to not only make myself a better trainer but also be able to provide a better service to my customers. When I dug a little further into why all these injuries were happening, I noticed that there's a big trend of negligent trainers who just didn't really care about their clients or didn't really know what they were doing. There's hardly any regulation at all on the education that's required in this industry. It honestly seems like a lot of these poor training practices are a direct result of these big box gyms that are employing new trainers, not requiring them to increase their education, because the lower their qualifications, the less the gym has to pay them. So the idea was that I would start Revolve Performance Training in order to change the mindset that people have about personal trainers, make myself a better trainer, and provide a better service. People deserve a trainer that understands what these forces are doing to their body and how this is going to affect the way they feel. With the tools that I've gained through muscle activation techniques, I'm now able to assess the muscular system of every client, every muscle individually, and then prepare the muscles for the exercises that we'll be doing in the next training session. With Revolve, I wanted to show that proper client education and preparation can reduce, prevent, and in many cases rehabilitate common musculoskeletal injuries. The foundation of the business is to bridge the gap between classic rehab and intense exercise. The services offered by Revolve are, as I've said, personal training and muscle activation techniques. Personal training sessions are individualized, one-on-one training sessions where we go through proper instruction and progression of things like strength training with weights and machines, plyometrics like box jumps, side straddle hops, stuff like that. Cardiorespiratory training, as in running or climbing stairs, and then functional stability training in order to help people function in the real world a little better. MAT, or muscle activation techniques, is probably the service that I'm most excited about. It's a revolutionary approach to assessment and correction of the muscular system. It's non-invasive. It sort of looks like massage. Definitely doesn't feel like massage, but the process is a unique skill set where you can systematically check and recheck every muscle in the body, and if something is not working properly, you can quote unquote jumpstart the muscle or reconnect it to the brain. The health and wellness industry in the state of Colorado is made up of two distinct sectors, clearly health sector and wellness sector, and Revolve Performance Training falls within the prevention and wellness segment of the industry. This segment's defined as weight control centers, products, health food and supplement stores, and personal care services like spas and massage therapy. Current trends here in Colorado show that this industry is quite profitable. Last year alone, the state of Colorado generated $40 billion in revenue. There's over 253,000 people employed in the health and wellness industry here in the state of Colorado, and the annual payroll is around $11.3 billion. It's also worth noting that from 2008 to 2012, when there was a sluggish recession, the Colorado health and wellness jobs increased by 10.9%, which national industry growth rate was about 6.7%. The business has determined that there's 3 target market segments based on geographic segmentation, which is the 3 areas in which the current fitness facilities that Revolve operates in are located. The first segment, Hamden South or the Denver Tech Center, is where Peak Performance is. It's home to almost 19,000 people. The average age is 38 and the average household income per year is about $81,000. The second segment is Cherry Creek, a lot bigger, 44,000 people in this area or so. Again, the average age is about 38 years old, but here the average household income comes in at about $115,000 per year. And the final segment, known as Lodo, where Fit 36 is located, average age here drops a little to 34 years old. There's approximately 9,700 people in this area, and the average household income is about $96,000 a year. If the business is to identify a specific target market, it would be based on age range and household income. Potential age range from 25 to 34, all the way up to 44 maybe. These individuals are usually focused on health and wellness, engaged in lots of outdoor activities around here, and this age range also typically holds jobs that may be able to afford discretionary income services like personal training and muscle activation techniques. Primary competition for Revolve will be any individual or business that offers personal training and or muscle activation techniques. At this point, there's a total of 46 certified MAT specialists in Colorado, but only 26 of those fall somewhere within the area of these 3 target market segments that I identified earlier around the city. According to Idea Health and Fitness Association, there are 2,320 personal trainers available in Denver, Colorado as well. External influences that could possibly affect Revolve include the cost of maintaining my certification through MAT, maintaining personal trainer certifications. I do have an undergraduate degree in exercise science, which counts as a personal training certificate. Another thing that might affect the business would be the economy. As I said earlier, it's sort of a discretionary income service, and when the economy dips, people choose to cut money on services like this. The marketing plan as of right now includes most of the business being driven through word of mouth, referrals from friends and current clients. I've also established a social media presence on Facebook and Instagram, hoping to reach more potential clients. Business cards are used for quick contact information reference. I have flyers printed to provide more information about the services that are offered for new clients. I also have t-shirts printed that have the logo and website on them for promotional activities. I myself built a website on Squarespace and registered the domain name to revolvedenver.com. The marketing budget for now to cover all of these promotional items has been set at 7% of projected revenue for the year of 2015. The prices for the services varies by location. Most of that's set by me, some of it's dictated by the facilities I work in, but this pricing strategy was picked based on a penetration pricing strategy because the average personal trainer in Denver is about $50 an hour and the average MAT session is approximately $125 an hour. The highest price that I'll charge within Revolve is $85 per hour for MAT. The lowest price is about $60 per hour for personal training. As far as distribution of services goes, it's obvious that the training and MAT has to be done within a gym setting, and the easiest way for clients to get in contact or schedule would probably be calling or texting or emailing, but I also have a scheduling service set up on my website. This is the SWOT analysis I completed to determine strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of the business at the current point in time. As far as development of the service goes, I keep detailed notes on all of my clients, every session, how their range of motion has progressed, how their strength has progressed, subjective, objective complaints, and so on. Maintenance for the service basically just includes making sure certifications and continuing education is always current and that my body is in functional enough order that I can perform the services required. While it is the goal of the business to place every client in the best possible position of mobility through stability that's appropriate for that client, their stress, trauma, and overuse of everyday life that could lead to potential injuries and problems for that client. Therefore, Revolve cannot predict or control how the client will act and or feel outside of the training sessions. Revolve is currently owned and operated entirely by me. There are some things that I outsource, but as far as everyday business decisions, it is all operated by me, Jesse Colley. Banking is all done at JP Morgan Chase Bank, and currently accounting is done through QuickBooks, but I hope to hire an accountant soon. Liability insurance for both personal training and muscle activation techniques are held through Philadelphia Insurance Company. And as of right now, Monday through Friday, I take clients anywhere between 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. And on Saturdays, I take clients from 7 a.m. to noon. All of the weight training and cardio training equipment required is maintained and owned by the facilities that I work in. All I need for MAT is a massage table, which I currently already own. Revolve Performance Training generates all of its cash flow from the services offered of MAT and personal training, as well as teaching group training classes at Fit 36 downtown. As a new startup business, all revenue generated is put back into the company with the hopes of building business and maybe opening a private facility in the future. On average, if I take the hourly wage made at all the different facilities for the different services, I make about $35.25 per hour, coming to about $1,200 to $1,300 a month. But I'm projecting a 3% growth per month over the next couple of years. Revolve's only recurring monthly expenses is the rent paid to facilities right now, which averages about $546 a month at the moment, with them maxing out at about $900 a month if full-time is achieved. As I stated before, most money is put back into the business, so at this point in time there is no owner's draw. Over the next few years, though, I plan to take out an owner's draw as business builds. As business continues to build, I plan to save as much money as possible in the hopes of opening my own private studio in the future, where the gym can be set up and run exactly how I feel necessary to benefit my clients the best. Thanks for watching.